Good evening, everybody. We'll start this workshop session, and I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Bartlett. Here. Cook. Here. Dannett. Here. Old Nettle. Ruben DeSellis. Here. Scott.
Here.
Speed. Here. Wankel. Here. Watts.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Mayor Ezra.
Here.
City Attorney Beard.
We will not be discussing tonight the St. Louis Cardinals weekend against the Cubs, so we'll move on to the next topic. Sorry. Aaron, please. All right, Mayor's report. Item number 1 is to discuss waiving fees for the final 6 months of certain liquor license classifications. If many of you are new, but the council voted unanimously months ago to, just, hey, it's been a tough year. We're in a position where I think that we should, this is just my feelings, obviously it's up to you, but we could extend it to the next 6 months and try to help these folks some more, and then we'll start over in 2022. So, but if you would, if you'd like to charge them, that's fine. The renewal's coming up in July, so that's why I'm coming to you now, to the full council, and just asking you, because I said that 6 months ago that I would bring it back for the next 6 months. So, any discussion on? Well, we don't have to discuss it now, but that's just.
I think they're still in like a recovery period here, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, I think any help that we can give to them is going to be appreciated by them.
Yeah. Great. All right. Well, we'll talk more about that's going to be on the agenda for the next meeting, or on tonight. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's on the night. The next item, number 2, is discuss engineering agreement for the municipal landfill. And this has been a long time. Again, we've had a landfill closed for 30 years, maybe. We pay monthly for testing. We pay annually for leasing of the property in the tune of over $100,000. We're going to take another, this is my charge. I want to take another crack at it for closure. We've done this before, but we need to really get aggressive, and I think I got the firm and the gentleman, Joel Zirkle, who's been to the council meetings before, to take another crack and try to get that letter, that magic letter from the Illinois EPA saying it's closed. And I know the landowner wants that too. He wants that. We all want it, but we're paying quite a bit of money, and it's funny how you put something on the agenda. I guess it's coincidence, but you put something on the agenda, now Illinois EPA is going to go out and test it tomorrow. So I don't know how that stuff works, but anyway. It's time and labor for him to help us along the process, and he's very reputable, and I'd love to tie this up, so that'll be on the agenda too. And if you're not familiar, our landfill's out on 78 North, on 78, and it's been some years, but they test, and we keep it as far as drainage and things, and pumped out. We do all of that, and that's a fee too. So eventually I'd like to get rid of all these fees and close it. Any questions on that? Okay, committee reports tonight. Planning and Public Works, Alderman Scott.
Our first item is discuss accepting grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority's Abandoned Residential Property Municipal Relief Program. You want to talk about that, Brian?
Mr. Nyberg.
As I mentioned.
And don't run up to the stand, Brian. Oh, boy.
No cane needed. Had hip replacement surgery
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
It's unbelievable.
We talked about it a couple meetings ago. We got $55,000 back No out-of-pocket money from us. That's for reimbursement from houses we demoed last year. So hopefully we can accept that. I'm working on the paperwork now. And then we would need a resolution, which Dan's been working on. Any questions at all? Do you want me to stand here and wait?
Let me go ahead and just jump down to 4 and discuss the land bank.
That's one thing that we've talked about at a couple other council meetings. We've got the intergovernmental agreement with Adams County, Quincy, and Morgan County is gonna jump on board with us. I'm hoping that we can get that signed and get working underneath the land bank. I don't know if you got, I've sent everybody the land bank information, frequently asked questions, and I'd be the first one to tell you that I am not an expert about land banks. This would be just another tool in our toolbox as far as taking care of some of the vacant and abandoned properties in town, and that's kind of been one of my priorities. So whether that will be a useful tool, I guess the only way to know will be to try it. But from what I've heard from other cities, municipalities that have gone underneath the land bank, that it does work. So I would like to at least try. Any questions?
Brian, there's a $10,000 fee that we have to apply.
Yeah, for each entity that gets involved in it.
That's annually?
Right now, it's for the first 2 years to see what would happen if there's sales from properties, because those sales from any property that the land bank goes under and acquires goes back into the land bank. So don't know yet if that's going to be the same, if it's going to be less, if it's going to be more. I've also, Ohio has an idea that they've been doing to fund land banks, which is any property that goes under the land bank, they get 5% of the taxes back, or 50% of the taxes back for 5 years from that parcel. So that's another way to fund it. So that's another thing to talk about. So at any point that we think that this is not good for us, we can get out of it.
Like Quincy and Adams County and Morgan County, do they all
Yes.
charge the 10,000?
Yep.
Okay.
Plus, Adams County has already had a $250,000 grant from IDA. So I think that the grant that we got, I think the fact that I let them know that we're trying to get involved in a land bank, I think helped. That's automatic points on the grant application if you work under a land bank. Quite a bit of points.
Any more questions?
Is there anything else for me? Not yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Discuss waiving bids and accepting proposals for the demolition of 604 Hooker Street and 150 Howe Street. I don't have those with me, but it was Shireman, wasn't it, with the low bid?
Shireman had a low bid, Shireman farmed on both of those proposals, $9,500 for the 604 Hooker and $13,000 for 150 Howe Street.
And the last item is discuss accepting the notice of state award for a grant regarding the North Diamond Street improvements.
And that was discussed at the last meeting. We received a grant in the tune of about $500,000. And that would be for new surface from Walnut all the way down north on Diamond towards the high school and past the high school with new sidewalk. It's a nice feature to what the schools are doing, and I think it'll be well received for the students and teachers. We just have to make sure we have a policeman there to clock them when they're going to school on a new surface, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks, Aaron. Utility tonight, Alderman Wankel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 2 items tonight. Number 1, discuss quote for wastewater treatment plant LED lighting upgrade project.
wanted to update the lighting system out the sewer plant. It's outdated. It's old halogen lights and sodium vapor lights, so I've got two proposals here. And one, we're working through Ameren as an incentive program where we pay for everything up front and they give us money back at the end of the project. It's like we did with the sewer out there, or the furnace system out there. So one of the bids total was $23,275 with an incentive back of $9,900 and a net cost of $13,340. The other company, the total price was $29,150, and their incentive back to the city for Ameren is $23,600 for a net cost of $5,514. So I'd like to make a motion to go with the Green Environment Company to replace the lighting, outside lighting at the sewer plant. Any questions on that? No?
Thank you, Mr. Herron. And number 2, discuss agreement for biosolids management program at the wastewater treatment plant and lime residuals management program at the water treatment plant.
Hey, this is Orson Bush. We've been dealing business with them for over 10 years now. It's just a contract renewal, but they've held the prices for us for 4 years, and this year they raised it a little bit. The biosolids went up 0.1%. It was 40, and now it's 41. And the lime sludge at the water treatment plant was $22 per cubic yard, and they went up to $22.44, so they went up 44 cents per cubic yard. And that's it. Is any questions on that, or? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
It's not see anybody up front again, it's just scattered all over the room.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment at this time? Seeing no public comment. We'll call the regular meeting to order, and if I would, ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance on Flag Day. And I'd ask the clerk to please call roll.
Bartlett. Here. Cook.
Here.
Hannett.
Here.
Odenental. Ruben DeSellis. Here. Scott. Here. Speed. Here. Wankel.
Here.
Watts.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Mayor Ezzard Hill.
Here.
City Attorney Beard.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Is there a reading of the minutes this evening? Thank you. Is there a second on that? Alderman Wankel. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please respond by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Presentation of petitions?
None.
And any communications?
None.
Okay, and the claims are in the hands of the alderman. Is there a motion to pay claims this evening? Alderman Aaron Williams, second by Alderman Aaron Scott. All those in favor of paying claims, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Mayor's report. We have a few. Number one is the appointment of Brett Brockhouse to the Jacksonville's Firemen's Pension Fund Board of Trustees, term to expire May 2023. Is there a motion for Mr. Brockhouse to be on the Fire Pension Board? Alderman Wankel, second by Alderman Cook. Voice vote. All those in favor of Brett Brockhouse being on the pension board, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Items number 2 and 3 will be combined. One is the appointment of Sarah Robinson and David Bauer to the Commission on Disabilities and Human Relations, terms to expire October 30th, 2022. And is there a motion for Ms. Robinson and Mr. Bauer? Alderman Scott, second by Alderman Bartlett.
And Mr. Bowers will expire in 2023.
Thank you. Thanks for that correction. All those in favor of appointing Sarah Robinson and David Bauer to the Commission on Disabilities and Human Relations, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 4 is the appointment of Becca Johnson to the Governor Duncan Association, term to expire May 2024. And is there a motion for Ms. Johnson? Alderman Hannett, second by Alderman Ruben DeSellis. All those in favor of Ms. Johnson being appointed to the Governor Duncan Association, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 5 is the resolution authorizing the waiver of fees for the final 6 months of 2021 to the certain liquor license classifications. We just discussed that. Is there a motion? Alderman Aaron Scott, second by Alderman Bartlett.
Be it resolved that since March 2020, as various liquor license holders of the city have suffered substantial financial losses due to the coronavirus pandemic, and as a result, the first 6 months of fees have been waived. In recognition of the continuing financial losses, therefore be it resolved that liquor license fees for Class C, double C, CV, D, double D, E, double E, P, Club, Bowling Alley, Fairgrounds-Fairboard, Fairgrounds-Speedway, Golf Course, Banquet Hall, and Plaza liquor licenses for the final 6 months of 2021 are hereby waived.
Any discussion on that? I know they appreciate it. I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Bartlett,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Hannah,
Abstain.
Ruben DeSellis. Yes. Scott.
Yes.
Speed. Vaughn.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. And the last item, number 6, is resolution approving engineering agreement with Fairgram for the closure, fingers crossed, of the Jacksonville Municipal Landfill number 3. And is there a motion? on that? Alderman Scott, second by Alderman Cook.
Be it resolved that the proposal for engineering services from Fairgram for looking into the closing of Jacksonville Municipal Landfill number 3 is hereby approved.
Any discussion? Seeing none, I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Williams.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Speed. Scott.
Yes.
Ruben DeSellis.
Yes.
Hannah. Cook.
Yes.
Bartlett.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. City attorney's, city clerk's report.
The items on the agenda for the Community Development Department report: City Clerk's cash receipt report, City Clerk's General Fund budget report, and the City Clerk's General Fund revenue analysis report for May 31st, 2021 was sent to the council members. If there's any questions or you want to look at those a little bit more, please give me a call or come by the office. We are open.
Thank you. Consent agenda items tonight: finance, IT, and personnel. Alderman Cook.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 3 items tonight. The first is a resolution authorizing payment from the Capital Improvement Fund for certain improvement projects. The second item is a resolution authorizing payments from the general fund for the services rendered. And the final item is a resolution authorizing transfer of funds from the general fund to capital improvement fund in the amount of $300,000. And we discussed this at a previous meeting as to what these capital improvement projects are.
Thank you. Planning and Public Works, Alderman Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 4 items tonight. The first one is resolution accepting grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority's Abandoned Residential Property Municipal Relief Program. Number 2 is a resolution authorizing waiver of advertisement for bids and accepting proposal for the demolition of 604 Hooker Street and 150 House Street. Third item is a resolution authorizing the city clerk to accept the notice of state award for a grant regarding the North Diamond Street improvements. And the fourth item is a resolution approving intergovernmental agreement with Two Rivers Land Bank.
You've heard the items under the consent agenda. Is there? Oh, sorry. Next page. Utility, Mr. Wonkel.
Don't be leaving us out.
I know, believe me, I know. Rick would have me.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. 3 items tonight. Number 1, resolution authorizing waiver of advertisement for bids and acceptance of proposal for wastewater treatment plant LED lighting upgrade project. Number 2, resolution approving agreement for bio-sludge management program at the wastewater treatment plant and lime residuals management program at the water treatment plant. Number 3, resolution authorizing payments from the Water Works and Sewerage Project Fund for services rendered improvement projects. And I so move.
Is there a second tonight? Alderman Watts. You've heard the items under the consent agenda. Is there any you wish to pull for further discussion? Seeing none, I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Bartlett,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Hannett,
Yes.
Ruben DeSellis. Yes. Scott.
Yes.
Speed. Wonkel.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Great. Committee reports tonight. We have one, and that's Planning and Public Works, Alderman Scott.
We have 1 item. It's the second reading of an ordinance vacating an unnamed extension of North Westgate Avenue. And I so move.
Is there a second? Alderman DeSellis, Ruben DeSellis.
Be it ordained by the Jacksonville City Council that an unnamed extension of North Westgate is shown on the attached map B and is hereby vacated.
Any discussion? If you recall, that's the streets that run by, well, off North Westgate, I guess.
Yeah, it
I
runs
mean,
west off of North
It kind of
Westgate.
goes and then it goes back, so. They've got some plans, so we're happy to help. Any other discussion? I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Williams. Yes. Watts.
Yes.
Wonkel.
Yes.
Speed. Yes. Scott. Yes. Ruben DeSellis. Yes. Hannett. Yes. Cook.
Yes.
Bartlett.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Any public comment? I'm sorry I passed that up. Is there any old business tonight that you'd like to discuss? Okay, any new business? I've got a couple things. Let's see, we had a very successful community-wide drop-off. A lot of people got rid of a lot of things, and Les and his crew did a great job. That's a tough 3 days for those guys, and appreciate all their help on that. We've had a busy downtown concert series and car show, and Terry Chumley and Mike Brandt have done a heck of a job, and the summer worker, I think, Reese Cox, I don't know, Cheryl, help me. Is it Reese Cox? Okay, right, okay. And then, Parks and Lakes have been busy. I know, you know, we take things, it's been busy. Lifeguards we're starting to get some new lifeguards in that we talked about a meeting ago, and they're starting to get their certifications, so the pool's up and running good, the parks are looking good, the lakes, as Bruce Surratt used to say, it's the third largest community in Morgan County on the weekends. And our cemeteries are looking good, because Mr. Doug Moore is sitting right there, so I have to say something to him, and then Brian keeps us all busy, so. Did I leave Phil out? No. But, and the Morton Avenue, water main break was something, wasn't it, Rick? Yeah, but you did a good job getting that done, so thanks. Any other new business tonight? That's on my notes, yes, hats off to Erin. Yeah, awesome job.
I have
That was
something.
a busy weekend, yeah, Darcel, please.
Something new for Ward One, the NAACP has opened up an office, and they're sharing it with the substation with the Jacksonville Police Department at 300 East Walnut Street. And they're offering shots of hope, COVID-19 vaccines. They're giving away 50 doses of the Pfizer vaccine on Saturday, June 19th. So that's just something,
Yeah,
awareness.
We're good to partner with the NAACP and Chief Mefford, and their chairwoman, Polly Williams, has done a good job of getting that ready and helping out and getting vaccinations, so thanks for bringing that up, Alderman Speed. Any other new business?
I want to back up just a second under old business. I just want to let the council know there's been no new word on the IML service, whatever, for new aldermen. But as soon as I hear something, I'll get that out to all four of you so that you can get on there. But I just saw something yesterday or no, today, that they still weren't up and going. And then one other thing, the IML conference that you may or may not be aware of, but we didn't have one last year. It is a conference that's held in Chicago. Basically, it's a lot of good information that you can learn from. It's going to happen in September. We have no information as far as registration or anything like that, but as soon as I get something like that from the IML, I'll shoot that out to you, and if you have any questions once you get that, be more than happy to help you and walk you through it and tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to let you know that that's coming up. September 23rd through the 25th, I believe, are the dates on that. That's it.
Any other new business? Okay, seeing no other new business, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting tonight? Oh, yeah. Alderman Williams and Alderman Cook, we go to executive session.
This is to discuss collective bargaining.
Okay. Very good. Thanks, everybody.